Kelly, if you were going to give advice to an interior designer on how to specify the correct wiring for their window covering design, what would you say?
Here's the challenge that you face is that you've got a number of different specifications, different voltages for different motors, different capabilities for those motors. I would say the best place to start is to get an idea of what window covering that your client is going to want first. And so if they want a woven wood, or if they want a Roman shade, or if they want a roller shade, if they want a banded shade, there's different types of motors that are compatible with different types of window coverings. And so you're going to need to figure out what you want first, and then you can work backwards to figure out what type of power you're going to need in order to make those shades operate. And the reason why we say that is that, okay, you don't want to go months down the road in this project and figure out that you ran the wrong lines that are not compatible with the shade that your client picked. That's a big no-no, and it's going to cause you a lot of problems. So what you want to do is make sure that you've got that the type of shade selected first, and then work your way backward and figure out how much voltage you need, and then you can pick the correct lines according to that. So for example, if my client wanted to do roller shades, for example, and I had really large shades or really large openings, let's say that. So with roller shades, there is an opportunity, especially with Somfy and Lutron, where I can do really large openings in a single piece in many cases. It depends on the size motor, depends on the space that we have mounted as well. But it's something that you'd be able to do. But then I've got to figure out, am I going to be using line voltage, which is like, the voltage that you get from your outlet, or am I going to be using low voltage, which we call DC voltage, or that would be the type of voltage you use for a computer or to charge your phone, things like that. That's all low voltage. And so some of the motors have very delicate inner workings. So if I can't run a high voltage line into a low voltage motor, or else it would just fry the motor and it wouldn't work. And then the opposite, I can't use low voltage and run it into an AC outlet unless I transform it in some way. And so, what I mean by transform it, I mean that we have to change it from the line voltage into the low voltage, which is more delicate and more easy for those small components to handle. And so it's important for you to keep in mind what all those different aspects. The moral of the story really is that you should just involve us early and have us do it for you. And we'll just make sure that everything